Morning all, and welcome back to the Kieran Clavin Racing Show for another episode in the Ante Post series. Obviously 4 selections so far. I posted up on X last night. Not looking the best of books at the present juncture, if I'm completely honest. 40 coats of the first selection of the Browns. I thought they would have sent him chasing this year, but they've kept him hurdling. He can't even win a maiden hurdle, so that is definitely in the bin. Caroline Bamboo was the second selection in the Mare's Chase. She's finished second twice. I'm not sure if she still holds an entry, but that looks a bit of a question mark right now. The third selection, Storm Heart, looks a decent bet. Missed his engagement at the DRF. Will come here fresh for the Coral Cup, currently on at 25 to 1. I don't think he's moved in the market. The only slight issue I've got now is I noticed that he's turned up in the Martin Pike betting as well, and he's gone actually favourite non-runner no bet, so hopefully he doesn't go that way. Hopefully he goes for the Coral Cup and we're on at a decent price. And the fourth selection in the last video was Long Draw. Unfortunately he's been ruled out for the season, so we have no runner in the attempt. I didn't do a video last week because the DRF obviously moved to the Monday. I was going to wait until after the DRF to get this video out, so I've got 2 selections for you, selections 5 and 6 for the Ante Post series, and the selection number 5 comes in the County Hurdle, and it is current market leader Mercia for Willie Mullins. It's currently best price 8 to 1, non-runner no bet. Obviously that will be the stipulation for all the bets now going forward. Currently on a rating of 139, which she was given after a run in the DRF where she was 4th. But she's got decent back form, was second, started off her career when 8th in the Grade 2 first time up at Leopardstown over Christmas, not last year, the year before, when first joining Willie Mullins. Then went to the Boodles race, we like to call it a Nace, that's just gone this weekend and finished second there, beating a neck. Then went to the Boodles itself with a mark of 136 and didn't really run a race. He may have not got home in the conditions. It wasn't heavy conditions, I got the wrong year. But may not have got home, but was in a bit of a bunch for 3rd down to 8th. I think it was like only 2 lengths between them. She's beaten 8.5 lengths off a mark of 136, so that's only £3 lower than what she was going in. Currently is off this mark. She then went on to win the Grade 1 Juvenile at Aintree by 6 lengths, before finishing 4th to Lalamba at Punchestown. And then the return this season, she was 3rd to Talk the Talk at Fairyhouse, beating a long way, beating 11.5 lengths. And then obviously her last run was at the DRF, went back into handicap company when finishing an eye-catching 4th on the outside under Paul Townend. And certainly looked like definitely will come on leaps and bounds, especially on better ground. Obviously, like I said, she's got the back form. She's already run at Cheltenham when finishing 8th in the Boodles. That was, like I said, off a mark of 136. She's now off 139. Obviously, we'll see what the British handicapper gives her off that, but I can't see him giving her too much more. Potentially low 140s at a push. And I just think she's got all the profile. Willie Mullins obviously has an excellent record in this race. He's won it with State Man. He's won it with Absurd and obviously Car Geese last year. And she's likely to be Paul Townend's ride. The fact that he rode her at the DRF probably speaks volumes. The fact that he's going to ride her at the Cheltenham Festival as well. It's very rare that Paul will ride in handicap hurdles at any meeting, but when he's riding one, he knows he's on a good one and potentially aiming for the future. And so she will be the 5th selection at 8 to 1 for the County Hurdle. That's Mercia for Willie Mullins. And then number 6, bit of a form line through Mercia in regards to this horse, also ran in the Boodles last year. And it's Wendrock for Gordon Elliott for the Martin Pipe. Currently best price, non-runner no bet, 25 to 1. Like I said, ran in that Boodles race last year, finishing 6th off the same mark of Mercia that day of 136. Now rated 129, so £7 lower than when running at Cheltenham last year. It was 5th in the Grade 1 that Mercia won at Aintree. When went to Fairyhouse at the back end of April for their Irish Grand National meeting, when was 3rd in a Grade 2 behind Blue Lemons of Willie Mullins's. returned this season at Down Royal when sent off favourite for a handicap hurdle, and you would have thought he'd gone well there with Joe Williamson on board claiming 5, but was beaten 25 lengths over 2 miles. I'm not quite sure if anything came out after the race, but was well beaten that day. Then went again to the race that Mercia ran in against Talk the Talk. Was beaten 18.5 lengths that day, went 4th, so 7 lengths behind Mercia, and 18.5 lengths behind Talk the Talk, who obviously is well regarded for the Supreme. Was then stepped up in trip at Christmas, running over 2 mile foal, which is the trip for the Martin Pipe, when it's fifth off a mark of 130. Carl Miller rode him that day and was 5th in a decent handicap. Wasn't touched too much by the handicapper. And then last time out at the DRF, ran in a 3 mile handicap. Joe Williamson back on board and was pulled up, like I said, over 3 miles. Has been dropped a pound since to 129. You can't see the British handicapper giving him too much on top of that. And just the eye-catching thing is Gordon's got a great record in this race. He's won it with Champagne Classic, Blow by Blow, and in the last 2 years with Better Days Ahead and Would Do. And 2 striking things for me. This horse has course form in the Boodles when finishing 6th. But the more eye-catching thing is he's had 4 runs this season, and 3 times he's been rode by a conditional jockey, either Joe Williamson or Carl Miller. I just think this has been the plan for a while for this horse. Gordon came out in his stable tour and said that he was going to be one for the Boodles, for the Martin Pipe. And the fact that he's had a claimer on 3 out of the 4 runs, I just think this is massive. And at 25 to 1, I'm going to take a swing on him, non-runner, no bet. So that's 1 point win on both of these horses. So Mercia is the first selection and 5th selection overall in the county hurdle at 8 to 1. And Wendrock in the Martin Pipe at 25 to 1. Both 1 point win. And see how we get on. Thanks for listening, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to the channel with plenty of content more to come. I'll be back on Wednesday with a feature video of my lay of the festival. I obviously put up a tweet last year that got a lot of following and everything else after that, and comments and views, etc. The fact that I said that my lay of the festival was Ballyburn, everyone was like, you can't say that, you can't say this. But then he obviously well and got truly beat. So join me on Wednesday to find out who this year's lay of the festival is. But thanks again for listening, guys. Please like and subscribe to the channel, and happy punting to you all.